The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, good afternoon, and thank you guys for joining us today. Today we have Joe Labella from our 888 VoIP team here who is going to present on the Yealink MeetingBar A20. This will be recorded and uploaded on the 888 VoIP website following the webinar for future reference. And if you have any questions throughout the presentation, feel free to go ahead and type them in the questions tab on the right side of your GoToWebinar toolbar, and we can go through those at the very end. So with no further ado, I'll go ahead and pass this over to Joe.
Thank you, Scout. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for attending. I just wanted to go over really quick kind of what the main focus. It's going to be a bit more narrowed down and granular here on this specific Yealink MeetingBar A20 device, which is certified for both Zoom and Teams. Start real quick by going over just a little bit about Yealink as far as who they are in regard to a manufacturer. So they are a Chinese-based company founded back in 2001 as a public company. Currently, they are the global #1 SIP phone provider, which is allowing them to expand into other sectors such as Zoom and Teams. They do have 3 R&D centers for research development, making sure that everything is tested and thoroughly vetted before they move it into the channel and into the market. They do have 4 global regional offices, 3 global warehouses, including 1 in the United States. They have over 70 global distributors, 888 VoIP being one of their only platinum distributors. Also have 200 plus global partnerships and over 100 different countries and districts that they cover. They are a one-stop solution provider. They've really done a great job of making a Teams integrated experience as easy and as user-friendly as possible. They do have development and remote management options now that you can incorporate not only SIP but also Teams integrated devices. So you can definitely make sure you have one platform to manage everything. They also have global coverage and support services. Along with 888 VoIP, there are other distributors and resellers that would be able to support and answer any questions technically or overview of what the clients are looking to do. So Yealink has spent really only a couple of years, and that seems like a long amount of time, but considering what the grander scheme of what Teams and Zoom can incorporate, having only 2 years to bring a full line to the market is actually a pretty impressive feat. So we're thrilled to grow with them, and we're thrilled to go over all of the products that they carry and just be available for all customers that are interested in the Teams integrated solutions. As I mentioned, this webinar is going to focus on the A20 huddle room device for huddle and small room video conferencing integrated with Teams. But here is a small portfolio, quick snapshot, so to speak, of the devices that are in the market right now. There are going to be some changes coming soon, which is something that we might go over towards the Q1 as far as new desktops that are going to be available for model numbers. But currently what they have on their line card can be seen here. Okay, so to get started here, the A20, the all-in-one room solution, again for small to medium and huddle room type of locations. It's incorporated with a MeetingBar A20, and you also have the option to buy the MeetingBar A20 with the CTP 18 panel by itself. One thing to note, you can also purchase the CTP 18 panel by itself if maybe you or the customer decide to go with the A20 first. However, this is something that can be bundled or purchased separately. So one thing to note here, the all-in-one solution comes with a 133-degree field of view lens with the artificial intelligence camera. It does auto-focusing, auto-zoom, it does kind of focus in on the person that is speaking. So if you do have multiple people in a huddle room, at least it can get a little bit more focused on the person that is engaging in the conversation there. Simple plug and play for quick kickoff, as well as fulfilling a cost-effective solution with the best experiences for your video meetings. Here's a quick snapshot of everything that physically comes in the box with the A20. You do see some HDMI cables. You've got a power supply. You've got a mounting bracket. It also comes with the quick start guide, the optional controller, which is the VCR20. It is suggested to use the CTP18 touch panel just to give you a nicer user experience, and it would give you some more information in regard to setting up meetings, becoming your controller, and also managing all of your future and current meetings. We also have the optional for content sharing. You've got the VCH51, which is more of a wired connection, either HDMI or USB-C. Then you have the WPP20, which is the wireless presentation dongle. So what the A20 can give you is smart teams collaboration. You can rely on a high quality AI camera, full HD, full duplex voice, and quick setup for your Teams integration. To get a little bit more specific on that, we can start with the smart video collaboration. It is based on the newest Android 9.0 operating system, which allows to support other video platforms. As I mentioned, Zoom is another option here. So depending on which platform you'd like to go with, 888 VoIP can make sure that it's designed for Teams or Zoom. We will be bringing in the devices with both system platforms already preloaded. However, if there's a situation where maybe we have Zoom units as opposed to Teams or vice versa, we could work with our team to make sure on the back end that we get it configured properly for you. You do have the touch operation with the CTP18 touch panel. You have an optional remote controller or the touch panel to engage and begin your meetings. Some customers also use the smart touch screen for Teams integration. So if you have a smart screen or a smart board, whiteboard, touch screen option, you don't have to worry about the remote controller or the panel so much. You can also get your content sharing and whiteboard support with this device. The high quality AI camera includes auto framing and speaker tracking. A20 not only supports the framing of the groups, it automatically will position the device based on the number of participants, automatically zoom into the speaker without adjusting the camera and making the participants more focused in the conference. It's equipped with Qualcomm Snapdragon 845. A20 has strong image processing, encoding, and decoding capabilities. You have a 20 megapixel camera. It can give you high quality video conferencing experience. You have a 133-degree field of view, so everyone in the conference can be seen without adjusting the camera. The image brightness can be automatically optimized even in dim or backlit environments, ensuring participant faces can be seen clearly. And just to touch again, that 133-degree wide-angle lens is perfect for small to huddle room size locations just because of the amount of space that it can cover. Now the A20 does have built-in speakers and microphones, so you don't have to worry about an additional conference phone or a CP Circle speaker on your table, with everything built in along with noise-proof technology, the echo cancellation, and the full duplex conversation piece. You don't have to worry again about an additional audio unit. Everything is built into the sound bar there along with the video capability. And again, the easy, quick setup here as far as the integration with Teams, it's pretty much cut and dry, plug and play. You don't have to worry so much about the cable clutter. If you would like to set everything up on the background, and have just the meeting bar underneath the television or the smart TV in the conference or huddle room, takes up a lot less space to make it an easier, sleeker design. Here's just a couple of examples of how you would mount it. You do have option A, which comes with all of the proper screws and the anchors that you would need. if you're going to be putting it on a brick or concrete wall. Option B, you can assemble it with a TV mount either above or below. I think it's preferred to go below just to give you more of a field of view range. You can also mount the unit on top of a monitor if you are going to use it individually at your home for work from home setting. Here are some technical specs, a little bit of an overview of what the A20 package can bring. On the first column there, it goes over everything that's included. You do have the content sharing option, again, with the VCH51, which is an optional wired connection, or the WPP20, which is a wireless presentation USB device. You have the 20 megapixel camera, the increased field of view at 133 degrees. You have the 8x PTZ zoom camera app option. Electric privacy shutter, so when you are done or not using the device and you'd like to still use the small conference room, you can allow for the privacy shutter to close over the A20 bar, so you don't have to worry about anybody accidentally starting a conference call when you're trying to be a bit more private. You have the auto framing and speaker tracking AI features built in. From an audio perspective, it does have the built-in 8 microphone array along with the 5-watt high fidelity speaker. It's brought with the Yealink noise-proof technology, echo cancellation, and full duplex quality. Some of the meeting features that you have with this device, again, it's a Teams collaboration built in, certain type of meeting features. You've got the calendar, one-click join. You have content sharing and the whiteboard collaboration. Some of the controls consist of adding participants, holding a call, resuming the call, turning the camera on and off. You can mute or unmute. You also have the option of increasing or decreasing the volume and obviously hanging up the call. For Teams Edition, you also have proximity join at Microsoft DM. Zoom Edition gives you the Zoom DM as well as direct sharing. We can share this with you via email if it's easier, but we do have the A20 flyer and data sheet. We do have a quick Google Drive here. If you'd like to have that sent to you, just let us know. Either give us a call, send us an email, and we can send all that information over to you directly. This last slide here, again, just redefine some of the quote-unquote new normal options that are happening now, whether people are working from home to keep their distance, or if they are returning to office as, maybe a hybrid schedule, or something where instead of traveling, you go to the office to have your meetings to give you a little bit more of a quiet, professional layout for these video calls. So for different size rooms, you've got different size meeting room options for the video capabilities. We just went over the A20, but there's also the MVC 400 if you would like to have another option for the huddle room. The small to large meeting rooms consist of other MVC series devices from the 300 ranging up to the 900, depending on how large of a location you have. The key elements to consider for most companies and most people when they are returning to the office, you have a single vendor solution for your diverse size meeting rooms, meaning you can have a dedicated Teams or Zoom collaboration device that's already set to go. You just have to populate your credentials based on the platform and you're off and running with your meeting. You also have premium video and audio quality for increased interactions during your video calls. High quality room systems for internal, external communication and collaboration. So if you're using Teams internally as well, you can be rest assured that you've got your employees and coworkers working from a safe distance, either at their own personal locations or, again, a smaller setting in these meetings at the conference locations on site. You have content sharing as well as consistent experience across all of the devices as far as the capabilities that would be required. And you also have centralized management systems for devices, any location, any device, whether it's video or phone-based, IP-based phones. You do have a centralized management system to go over. And again, for maybe some more work from home locations, you might need to consider some cost-conscious options here. There's headsets, speaker phones, there's desk phones. You've got your USB cameras as well. Maybe the A20 is a bit large for some people's liking, so you do have the UVC30 option that would be part of the MVC300, or the UVC30 can be purchased as a room or a single user option. So that way you can have a USB camera plugged into a laptop, or maybe somebody who likes to use bigger monitors, have it plugged into the laptop or tower, so that way you can use it with the monitor to give you a bigger screen presence if the laptops are too small. And then for day-to-day meetings, as well as trying to use a premium unified communication type of meetings, you've got video phones. If you don't want to use anything on your desktop or your monitor, you can have something right on your desk to contact clients or coworkers via video using the VP59. And you've got the MeetingBar A20 collaboration kit that we just went over. I know this is a little bit more of a concise and focused webinar, so we don't have too much more information to go over. Just want to see if there's any questions or any kind of frequently asked concerns that people have for these devices. So I'll wait a couple minutes. If any questions pop through, we'll definitely make sure to answer them. If not, anybody here at 888 VoIP from the sales, marketing, accounting side, anybody here, if you want to give us a call, we'll make sure to point you in the right direction, get those questions answered. So again, I'll wait a minute or two to go over those. If there aren't any questions, thank you all for attending and taking a small amount of time out of your day. And again, 888 VoIP, myself, anybody on the sales team is here to answer any questions, go over pricing and anticipated ETA for anything that may be out of stock or on the way. So there is a question here about SIP trunking as far as communication with the A20. So because the A20 is either a focused Teams or a focused Zoom device, there will be a license as well as the firmware preloaded onto this device. You cannot purchase this as a SIP unit. So what you would do here in this example, you don't need a SIP trunk for the communication, especially if you're going to be using Teams, because you're going to have to use the Teams phone system license. So what you would actually do is negate the SIP side of things. You'd purchase your license directly from Microsoft Teams, because it's got the full duplex and built-in speakers and microphones into the device. You don't have to worry about configuring anything as far as SIP goes. You would just need to configure via Teams, but your account should enable a Teams device as well as your audio aspect, using, I forget if it's called, 888 VoIP does not, we don't sell the Teams licenses. We just enable them on the devices, but from the phone system perspective, it's a direct-to-consumer e-commerce, type of sale. So you would just contact Microsoft directly, make sure you've got the right audio trunk set up, so that way you can use this device if you'd like to use it for audio only. But 9 times out of 10, this is a collaboration bar for video settings. Going to wait another minute on any last minute questions, but if everyone is all set, again, thank you for your time. We do appreciate you guys hopping on these webinars. I know sometimes they're a bit longer and informative, but if there's anything else that we can do, the team here at 888 VoIP would be more than happy to help. If we don't hear from you, have a great holiday season, and we'll be in the office all next week for you as well.